This video has probably been a long time coming. It's just taken a long time to get to this point and did require something to finally hit that breaking point. The breaking point was, in fact, the TuneCore Japan copyright claims. I got off pretty easy with the only videos getting hit being a couple of streams and 2 of the 3 bonus events that I did. But plenty of other YouTubers did not get off very easy. In fact, people who worked on Danganronpa 2 were hit with claims. Are the claims completely resolved? I don't know. But I do know that I'm still afraid to ever use Danganronpa backing tracks in my videos ever again. It also means that until I can scramble together enough copyright-free replacement tracks from other games, royalty-free websites, and the like, Danganronpa the Hunted can really only progress in the art and story stages, and it's been difficult to work on those as of late. The Falga might have to be delayed to 2023. This hit at the same time as some really bad seasonal depression, and a friend's friend, one that they put a lot of trust into, turning out to be a complete creep. It's been difficult for me to get out of bed in the mornings, and there hasn't been a single day in the past 3 weeks where I haven't just passed out at some point during the day. Videos aren't getting produced because my time is being spent trying to raise my spirits so that I don't try to hurt myself. As for the creep, I had my own grievances with him, but he was startlingly good at grooming young adults. His targets were people between the ages of 18 and 24, while he himself was 29, likely to avoid the accusations of grooming since, oh, you can't groom adults, even while he treated me and my friend like children, while sending us, let's say, explicit content from his friends, even after I expressed discomfort with it. We also learned that he dated a 17-year-old when he was 25, which... There is another issue. Simply put, I'm not Eris. For those unaware, I suspect that I have DID or OSD. Eris hasn't been the host of our system for almost a year now. Some really bad stress caused them to just completely disappear. I've been pretending to be them ever since so that people don't worry. My name is Neeks, my pronouns are they, she, and I've been hosting the system for the past year. I was similar enough to Eris that very few people caught on. If you believe we're faking it, I can't exactly change your mind, but we've believed that we've had this since 2020, and we know that we've shown symptoms since at least 2010. That's an awful long time to fake such a severe mental disorder. I likely won't change the channel name. A small part of me does hope that they'll come back one day, but it's also impossible to change brand at this point. Even removing Akamatsu from our name was a big step, even though I thought it was a necessary one. So that's what's been going on behind the scenes. And whenever I or another alter expressed distress at needing to keep up the content creation, even in a stressful situation, we'd get a lot of messages telling us that it was okay to take a break, that we'd be forgiven for taking a break in order to focus on our mental health. These messages are absolutely appreciated, and for a long time, I honestly did wish that I could take them to heart and take a short vacation in order to revitalize myself and find my passion again. The issue was never needing to please fans. My issue was needing to please the corporate YouTube overlords. You see, what people might not be aware of is that YouTube's algorithm has a certain pattern of uploading that it prioritizes. Channels are often required to upload at least once a week every week, and it prefers videos 10 minutes or longer in order to stay relevant. Now, if you're, say, a lifestyle channel, or a cooking channel, or a Reddit post channel, that's not too difficult, the work's pretty easy. It's a lot fucking harder when you do a literary analysis! Essentially, because of that, I would often have to channel energy into these tiny little meme videos that were easy to produce, had no passion behind them, and were just kind of designed to generate a few quick views so that I kept getting recommended. I'm kind of surprised that nobody picked up on that and thought these shitposts were genuine. Even this one didn't really have that much heart behind it. Because my heart wasn't in them, video creating for projects that I was passionate for was still a chore that I did in order to stay relevant. I wasn't making videos that I loved, I was making videos that I hoped would get me some money. And I know admitting that gives you the image of Susan BoJack Horseman lording over her millions, but I'm not a Susan. I'm not a Bill Gates. I'm actually pretty strapped for cash a lot of the time. I live in a 3x3 box in the lovely neighborhood of nowhere middle of. I'm a working class citizen, not a bougie brat. So money was pretty fucking important, but because I was doing it for the money, and I was working for an algorithm that doesn't value passion, but engagement, I was trapped in a horrendous cycle where passion was a distant memory, and videos were just made so I could get a few extra bucks and be able to keep participating in activities with friends without going absolutely bankrupt. Ironically, it was TuneCore Japan finally throwing up its arms after years of radio silence and finally deciding now to copyright Masafumi Takada's music that finally woke me up to the fact that I wasn't creating videos for myself despite what I was telling myself. I was digging my own hole looking for validation in a fandom that I knew wouldn't give it to me without agreeing with the majority opinion or providing a challenging opinion that was either over-explained to hell and back or was adjacent to the popular opinion. And I wasn't able to move on to new content because of it. My family is a bit more stable as of late, financially, so I also no longer feel like I'm stuck in a loop of needing to provide them cash so that we survive. Because of that, I'm able to examine myself, examine the current culture of internet popularity, an endless chase of validation from strangers, and decide that I no longer want any part in that. I don't want to participate in this chase anymore. Like, it'll still sting when I upload a video and it doesn't get massive views, of course, but I'm deciding that I don't need the validation of anybody but myself and my friends. I'm going to start making content for myself again, regardless of the whims of YouTube and its algorithm. And I finally feel like I can actually take a break. It likely won't be a proper break. I still have some scripts that I'd like to finish that I've lined up, but they're scripts that I'm infinitely more passionate about. They're not Danganronpa related either. One is a Skullgirls examination that's about 60% of the way done, and the other one is a rewrite of Total Drama All-Stars. That'll take a while to produce most likely, especially the latter, which, even though I've only written 1.5 episodes for that, the document's already 11 pages long. If those are interesting to you and you'd like to view them, I'd use the bell function to stay updated. For some reason, YouTube thinks that notifying subscribers that the person they subscribe to has uploaded a new video is optional, but clicking the bell does make it mandatory. That's only if you want to hear about the videos I described in question. If you don't, I don't mind. This also isn't me leaving the Danganronpa fandom. It's me telling YouTube that it can't control me anymore. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time, whenever that is.